Good morning, everyone. I am Teacher Jarrett, and today we are going to start a new lesson. Teacher Jarrett. Because it is a new week, we are going to be learning about buildings all around for the next few lessons, okay? So our essential question, which is the question we need to think about it while we do this lesson this week, is what buildings do you know and what are they made of? Okay, so a building is this or this or this or this. It's a structure that people live in, or people have offices in, or people work in. Okay, and what are they made of? So some buildings are made of wood or concrete or straw, yeah, or mud or brick. So we will learn about some of the different things that buildings are made of this week as well. So let's go to the next page. This lesson this week, we will talk about our town. So we can talk about what kinds of buildings are in this city. You remember last week we talked about our community, right? So all the different people that were in our community to make us happy and live together, right? So now we're going to talk about the buildings in our city or in our community, okay? So we can see there's a house here. We can also see here's a tall building. We call these skyscrapers because they're so tall, they scrape the sky, right? These are probably office buildings. And here we can see some apartment buildings. So that's a big building that has a lot of smaller houses or apartments in the building. This is a house. So this has one family that lives in this building, okay? So let's read this together just so you get some practice, okay? Weekly concept. Buildings all around. Essential question. What buildings do you know? What are they made of? Our town. Talk about it. What kinds of buildings are in this city? Okay, so now we'll go and learn some new words. The first word we will learn today is could. C-O-U-L-D. Could. They could build a house with logs. So the meaning of could is that it is possible for you to be able to do something. Okay, let's do this. Could means that it is possible you can do. So it means that it's possible. So for example, you could walk to school, right? Or you could ride your bike to school, okay? Bicycle or bike. Or can you think of anything else? If you can think of something else, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me. I'm listening. Yes, you could have a dog or a cat as a pet. Very good. Let's write down some of these examples. You could have a dog or a cat as a pet. Or you could ride your bike to school. Or you could walk to school. Okay? Very good. So now let's read all of this together, okay? Could. C-O-U-L-D. They could build a house with logs. We'll do this just so we make sure we know it's a word. Okay. Could means that it is possible you can do something. You could have a dog or a cat as a pet. You could ride your bike to school. You could walk to school. Okay, very good. Now let's go to the next word. Live. L-I-V-E. Do you live in a tall building? So if you live in a tall building, raise your hand. Oh, many of you live in a tall building. If you live in a short building, raise your hand. Oh, some of you live in a short building too. Maybe a house. Maybe a building like this, right? So live means that you a home in okay. So live means that you have a home in the place you talk about. So do you live in a tall building? Let's make this means that you stay in the place you talk about. Okay. So do you live in a tall building? That means do you stay in a tall building? So let's see. What's another word we can use? You live in a... I think you can give me a suggestion. If you have an idea, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to give me an idea. Not tall, but... Yes, short. Do you live in a short building? Yeah. Or, oh, that's a good idea. I heard your idea. You can say, what city do you live in? Right? That's a question mark. That question sentence. This is a question sentence too. Okay. So let's read all of this together. Live. L-I-V-E. Do you live in a tall building? Live means that you stay in the place you talk about. Do you live in a short building? What city do you live in? Very good. Yay! Okay. Let's go to the next word. Okay. All right. The next word is one. One. means that there is only a single thing. Okay, so one finger, one nose, one mouth, right? Yeah, very good. Okay, so let's spell this out. One, O-N-E. This hut has one room. So here's a little hut made out of straw. Remember, we said straw is a material. And so it only has one room. You walk in this door here, doot, 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 and that's your house. So we can say, you have one nose, right? One nose. Oh, can you think of anything else that there is one of? Maybe in your house. For example, my house has only one. My house has one bathroom. Okay, so in my house, I have one bathroom. That's where you can go and wash your hands, or you can shower, right? Or you can use the toilet. So maybe your house has 2 bathrooms, or 3 bathrooms, or 0 bathrooms. But I'm sure that some of you have a house with 1 bathroom, right? So that is the meaning of one. Now let's read all of this together, okay? One, O-N-E. This hut has one room. One means that there is only a single thing. You have one nose. Boop, boop, boop. Can everyone touch their nose for me? We'll say boop, boop, boop. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, very good. Now let's read the next sentence. My house has one bathroom. Very good, everyone. You are doing so good. All right, let's go to the next page. Okay, so our next sentence, our next word is then. We'll fix this here. Okay, I'm going to change this a little bit. Okay, change this a little bit. Okay. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to erase this sentence here so we can make room for this sentence over there. Oops. Let's see. Okay, how's that? We just have to remember to see this little period here. Hold on. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so now the word we're going to learn is then. All right. So then, T-H-E-N. Now remember, when we say the TH, our tongue has to come out of our mouth, okay? So we say then. Then. You see my tongue? Ready? Then. So you watch me read this sentence. We open the door and then we go out. All right? I'll read it faster now. We open the door and then we go out. Okay? So, then is a word to describe something happens after an event. Okay? So for example, I get home from school and then I do my homework, right? So first you get home from school and then you do your homework, okay? All right. Okay. So now we can practice this word together. Now it's your turn. Then, T-H-E-N. We open the door and then we go out. Then is a word to describe something that happens after an event. I get home from school and then I do my homework, right? Okay. And now we will go to the last word we are learning today, and that is 3. Is a number word. 3 is a number, right? So you have 1, 2, 3. Okay. So one example is my family has 3 people, right? So if your family has 3 people in it, then you have you and your mother and your father, right? Teacher Jarrett's family, my family, has 5 people. My mother, my father, me, my younger brother, and my younger sister. Okay? Another example is I have 3 cats. Okay? So maybe you have, or we can say pets. So you have 3 pets, right? Maybe you have a dog and 2 cats. Or maybe you have 3 cats. Or maybe you have 3 dogs, right? So let's read this together here. 3. Well, I'll read it first, okay? And then you can read it. 3. T-H-R-E-E. 3 people can fit in a tent. Oh, you see they're in a tent. And 1, 2, 3. Now we can say 3 is a number. My family has 3 people in it. I have 3 pets. So let's read this together now, okay? 3. T-H-R-E-E. 3 people can fit in a tent. 3 is a number. My family has 3 people in it. I have 3 pets. We'll put one more down here. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So you can see when another way to say it is when we count. 1, 2, 3. All right? So I'll let you read it one more time. 3. T-H-R-E-E. 3 people can fit in a tent. 3 is a number. My family has 3 people in it. I have 3 pets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, very good. We learned so many new words, right? Let's read through all of these descriptions and sentences one more time, okay? We'll practice. You can read, and you can read faster if you want, okay? Could means that it is possible you can do something. You could have a dog or a cat as a pet. You could walk to school. Live means that you stay in the place you talk about. Do you live in a short building? What city do you live in? One means that there is only a single thing. You have one nose. My house has one bathroom. Then is a word to describe something that happens after an event. I get home from school and then I do my homework. 3 is a number. My family has 3 people in it. I have 3 pets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, very good. Now we're going to learn about the sound that a U makes. This is a U right here, okay? So I will erase this. We can learn about the letter U, okay? So phonics, fluency, short U. The letter U can make the short U sound in hut. So the short U sound is okay? So I'll read these words first, and then you can read them, okay? Up, bus, bug, tub, fun, cup, drum, tucked, butt, duck, mud, stuff. Okay, so now it's your turn to read it, and we'll read it together, okay? Up, bus, bug, tub, fun, cup, drum, tucked, butt, duck, mud, stuff. Okay, very good. Now we'll use these words in a sentence, okay? So, Buzz the bug can live in mud, but can Buzz run and have fun? All right, so let's read these 2 sentences together. Buzz the bug can live in mud, but can Buzz run and have fun? So the sentence says Buzz is the name of a bug and he lives in mud. See the brown mud here? But can Buzz run and have fun? So if you live in the mud, can you run and have fun? I don't know. Maybe. Buzz looks like he's smiling here, right? All right. Let's go to the next part where it is your turn. I mean, it's your chance to read. So look for these words with short U sounds in cubs in a hut. So you see cubs in a hut. Hut, right? So I will read these words first, and then you can read, okay? Cubs, Russ, rugs, bugs, hut, fun, stuff, rug, Gus, bud, us, mud, up, snug. Okay, so let's read it. I'll read it one more time slowly, and then we'll read it together, okay? Cubs, Russ, rugs, bugs, hut, fun, stuff, rug, Gus, bud, us, mud, up, snug. All right, let's read these together now. Now it's your turn. Cubs, Russ, rugs, bugs, hut, fun, stuff, rug, Gus, bud, us, mud, up, snug. Okay, very good. Now let's go to the next page. Now we're going to learn some new words, okay? All right. So the first word we are going to learn is collapsed. So let's do it over here. So collapsed means to fall down, okay? So we can say the tent collapsed on the boy, right? So let's talk about why or what caused the tent to collapse on the boy. Right? So we'll put, okay. Actually, what we'll do is we'll put this here. Put that there. Okay, so what do we think caused the tent to collapse on the boy? Do you have any ideas? If you have an idea, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to give me an idea. Yes, maybe the wind caused the tent to collapse. The wind was blowing so strong. And that caused the tent to collapse. Maybe the wind caused the tent to collapse. Okay, very good. Okay, now if you want, you can try to make up a sentence using collapsed on your own, okay? One example is when I came home from running a long time, I collapsed into bed, right? I'll type that out just so you can see it, and then I'll erase it. I came home from running for a long time. I collapsed into my bed. Okay, can you see that? So that's another way to use collapsed. So now you can make that your homework. See if you can use the word collapsed this week when you talk to your mother and your father, okay? All right. So now let's go to the next word. Furious. So, furious. Ooh. Furious means to be very angry. Okay. So, furious means to be very angry, right? So if we look at this little boy, oops. If we look at this little boy, he's looking at his books, right? He's sitting at the table and not happy. So we can say the boy was angry, was furious because he couldn't finish. He couldn't homework, right? So if you don't understand something, doesn't that make you so angry? You just think, I don't understand. I don't want to do this. So you get so furious, right? Why don't you tell me about something that makes you furious? Okay, if you have an idea, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me. You got it. Yes, that's very good. You were furious when your friend broke your toy. I would be furious too. Very good. But first, I forgot we don't. So, oops, I'm sorry. We're going to make this 2 sentences. Okay. What caused the boy to be furious? He is furious because he can't understand his. Okay, we'll do it this way. We'll keep with the same steps we had above. Okay, so the boy is furious. Okay. And what caused the boy to be furious? He is furious because he can't understand his homework, right? So let's read all this together. We'll read all of this together, okay? Collapsed. C-O-L-L-A-P-S-E-D. Collapsed means to fall down. The tent collapsed on the boy. What caused the tent to collapse on the boy? Maybe the wind caused the tent to collapse. Right. Now, furious. F-U-R-I-O-U-S. Furious means to be very angry. The boy is furious. What caused the boy to be furious? He is furious because he can't understand his homework. Right? So, let's all make a furious face together, okay? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? That's a furious face. Now let's make a happy face. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! See, this is a happy face. Okay? So let's type over here. We'll type a sentence, an example like I just typed, and then you can practice the sentence on your own. I was furious when my friend broke my toy, right? So you were furious when your friend broke your toy. So now you can use this word when you talk to your mother and father this week. Just don't say, Mother, I am furious at you. Nope, don't say that. You can say, I am furious because it is raining. Or I am furious because I don't understand my homework, right? So try to use this word with your mother or father this week. But be nice, okay? So now let's erase this and go to the next page. Oh, the next page, materials, okay? So, okay. So materials, M-A-T-E-R-I-A-L-S, materials. Materials are so let's do this. That's not good. Let's put it here. Okay. Materials are the types of things you can use to make something. Okay. So let's go here. Let's see. The girl is using wood and paint materials to make a birdhouse. Okay. So the girl is using wood and paint materials to make a birdhouse. So a birdhouse is a little house that birds tweet, 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 can fly into and make their nest. So you see this little hole? The little bird will fly into there and they'll make their nest and they'll have lots of baby birds. So if you can find a birdhouse, you can put it by your house and all the little birdies will tweet, 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 come and visit you, okay? So let's see. What other materials can you think of? So what other materials can you think of? Do you have an idea? If you have an idea, raise your hand. One is, oh, I want you to tell me. Yes, paper. Paper is a type of material. What else can you think of? I heard it. Yes, bricks. Bricks are also a type of material. What else is a material? Can you think? For example, this pen is made out of this material. Plastic, yes, very good. All right, So those are some other types of materials. Paper, bricks, and plastic. Okay? So now let's read all of this together. Materials. M-A-T-E-R-I-A-L-S. Materials are the types of things you can use to make something. The girl is using wood and paint materials to make a birdhouse. What other materials can you think of? Paper, bricks, plastic. Very good. Okay. Now, let's go to the next word. Oh, we'll erase this. The next word is refused. We can keep it. We'll just move it. Okay. So, refused. Refused means you don't do something. Put this one down here. Okay, so you can see this dog is inside and it's raining outside. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, woo, flash, right? So it's raining. So lots of dogs are scared of the rain, right? So this dog is refusing to go out in the rain. Okay? So refused. R-E-F-U-S-E-D. Refused means you don't do something. Okay? So the dog refused to go outside in the rain. So then we can say, why won't the dog go? Okay? Why won't the dog go? Can you think of a reason? If you have an idea, raise your hand. Oh, that's very good. The dog is afraid of the rain. That's a good one. You know what? Let's move this up here. We'll make myself smaller just for this word, okay? Then I'll get bigger again. What's another reason the dog won't go outside? Do you have another idea? If you have an idea, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me. Yes, the dog doesn't want to get wet. That is very good. All right, so let's read this together now, okay? Refused. Refused. R-E-F-U-S-E-D. Refused means you don't do something. The dog refused to go outside in the rain. Why won't the dog go? The dog is afraid of the rain. Or the dog doesn't want to get wet. Okay. Now we can also write this like the dog does not want to get wet. All right, very good. Wow. Now we are going to erase all of these words. We're going to do our last word for today, okay? Shelter. All right, I'll make my face bigger again so you can see me. Can you see me? Do I see you? All right, so let's go to shelter. Oh. Shelter protects you from the environment. Okay, so shelter protects you from the environment. Shelter, S-H-E-L-T-E-R. So you see these people are in the rain outside, but they stood under this shelter so that they didn't get wet, right? So let's write our sentence here. The people took shelter under the people went under the white shelter so they wouldn't get wet. Right? So the people went under the shelter, under the shelter so they wouldn't get wet. Okay, so let's go to our next sentence. Do you think your house or apartment is a shelter? Why or why not? So let's think about this. Do you think that your house is a shelter or your apartment? If you have an idea, raise your hand. Ooh, I want you to tell me. You think it is a shelter? Okay. Why do you think it's a shelter? I'm listening. Oh, because it protects you from the rain and the cold and the sun. Very good. Your house is a shelter because it protects you from rain, wind, and sun. Very good. So the rain, wind, and sun are all part of the environment, right? So it protects you from those things. Because if you didn't have a shelter, you'd always be wet when it rained. Or if it was windy, you'd always get blown around. Or if it was always sunny and you had no shelter, you'd always be so hot, right? So let's read this together. Shelter, S-H-E-L-T-E-R. Shelter protects you from the environment. The people went under the white shelter so they wouldn't get wet. Do you think your house or apartment is a shelter? Why or why not? Your house is a shelter because it protects you from the rain, wind, and sun. Right? Oh, wow. What a good day. We learned so many new words and we learned a new sound, the sound, right? In hut. Okay. So today, oh, there's another one. Sun, sun, right? So that is all for our lesson today. So it is time to say bye-bye, bye-bye. And I will see you next time. And we are going to keep learning and learning and learning. Okay? So bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.